insights?
No. I still cannot fathom why the blood of the gods is needed. The Oracle didn't tell you everything she knows. I'm sure of it.
There are secrets buried in Kитры that we would rather not have. Send some men. Have them seek a way inside the temple. If it's still sealed, then let them lie in wait for Jason when he arrives.
What is it?
We've arrived at Kithra. We'll soon go ashore to find a descendant of Athena.
I sense a taint on this island. A corruption.
Hecate? Black tongues?
I'm not sure. It's not like any other presence I've felt involving the dark Titaness. It's old and quiet. Almost as if dormant.
Hostile?
I can't say. It's as if it teeters on the edge, waiting to be tipped to one side or the other.
Most ships refuse to sail here. Kithra has a reputation for being cursed. Those ruined ships at the docks don't do much to dispel that rumor.
You play well, Pam.
Thank you. I've had many years to practice.
I've never seen pipes like those.
Ah, yes. My syrinx. I named them after a beautiful nymph I once saw.
Where is she now?
Here, in the music library. You see, I loved her very dearly, but that love was not to return. One day I went to speak with her, to tell her that I would no longer visit if she found my company unpleasant.
And what did she say?
Alas, I'll never know. Fearing I had come to woo her yet again, she ran from me. In her haste, she fell into a river and was drowned. The river nymphs took pity on her and transformed her into river reeds. I used them to make these pipes.
A sad tale, man. Kithra, they say it's a dead island, haunted with evil tales. So you believe in ghosts?
After all we've seen, nothing would surprise me.
I've been to Kithra once or twice over the centuries, Jason. But not since the great storm afflicted the island. After that, no one heard from Kithra again. Nevertheless, perhaps I would prove useful in navigating the ruins that remain.
Yes. You'll come ashore with me.
Looks like these docks have been abandoned for a long time.
This place was once full of life. Fishermen at work, ships arriving to bring travelers from all over Greece. Further inland is Kithra village and the temple of Athena itself.
Surely there are not still people there. Look around.
It's one of the great mysteries. One day, during a fantastic thunderstorm, everything just stopped. News from Kithra simply ceased to exist. Travelers arrived to find the island deserted and the temple sealed. Some claim they found a city of statues, as if the people had left behind monuments to themselves.
And what of the fleece?
Kithra was once home to the Golden Fleece. Some think the fleece could still be here. As far as I know, no one's been inside the temple since that great storm so many years ago.
Somewhere on this island is the person we seek.
If only we came before the vanishing, you could have chosen between two members of Athena's bloodline. Twins.
Twins?
The High Priestess Medusa and her brother Perseus, the temple guardian. Both young and beautiful and full of promise, the pride of Kithra. But they vanished along with the rest. The one we seek would have to be many generations removed from those siblings.
The sooner we start looking, the sooner we'll finish. Come.
Odd place for a statue. Odd place for a sculptor, too, come to think of it.
Could it be a warning?
Of what?
Of whatever caused the Kithrans to disappear.
An isle of judgment awaits its sentence. The temple of wisdom cries out for guidance. Wisdom, justice, courage, discipline, humility. These are the virtues that must be preserved.
Where's this temple? If I were a descendant of Athena, that's where I'd be.
The temple lies past the swamps, adjoined to Kithra village, beyond a great gate. If those gates are closed, we may have a hard time getting in. We shall see.
Are you the judge? The village is ahead.
This place isn't deserted after all. There must be people at the village.
But why are the docks so unkempt?
Where'd that little girl go?
If there are people here, we might see the temple yet. It's a fascinating piece of architecture, a melange of influences.
They're waiting for you.
The dark statues look like Ionians. But those barbarians aren't sculptors. So who made them?
This is what you must do.
Who are you?
My name is Strixa. I was chosen to deliver the message. This is the Ring of Virtues. This is what you must do.
Where is everyone? Where are the other villagers?
I'm not alone. Everyone is here. They've been waiting for you. You've already seen the others.
The statues?
Yes. The Dark Ones came in the night. We were defenseless. We could not stand against them.
So, the Dark Ones turned the people of Kithra to stone?
No, she did. To keep us safe until the virtues could be restored. That's why we've been waiting. For you.
I don't understand. What virtues do you speak of?
You know, don't you? You tell him.
We are standing in the Ring of Virtues, Jason. The 5 smaller circles at the edges represent the 5 virtues of Athena. Wisdom, justice, discipline, courage, and humility. Last I was here, each of the virtue circles shone like a beacon of light. The people here believed the light would shine for as long as the virtues were honored on this island.
This is what you must do. Make the virtues shine again. Then the temple will be open to us all. Tell him.
She's right, Jason. The gate only opens after the Ring of Virtues is lit.
Then let's get to it. You do know how to relight the circles, right, Pam?
You must find and save the devout. 5 true believers. 5 virtues. Bring them home, and their virtue will light your path.
Strixa, do you know if there is anyone still here who carries the blood of Athena?
The twins are trapped within, but whether they will be saved is a judgment not yet given.
What are the 5 virtues?
Wisdom, justice, discipline, courage, humility. These are the beacons that will light your path.
How will we know these believers who must be saved? Where can we find them?
They are here, in the village, in the swamps. They are waiting for you.
If these devout people are statues, how can they be saved?
Their time for waiting is over, now that you are here. When you near them, they will hear your call.
We will find your 5 virtuous Kithrans, and if they are in danger, we will save them.
Order from chaos, hope from despair, redemption from dishonor. The Dark Ones will try to stop you. And so it has begun.
Athena, help us!
Jason, stop!
Stop!
Athena's grace, you've saved us. I knew our prayers would be answered.
Thank you, stranger. Who are you?
I am Jason. These are my companions.
The satyr. You've been here before.
Yes, long ago. You are Magistrate Menno.
I am.
Menno, tell us what happened here.
They were Ionians. They attacked us in the night. Before we knew it, they were in the village. Before we could react, many were slaughtered. Some of our people fled into the swamps.
Ionians chased after them as well.
When all hope seemed lost, Athena delivered us, protecting us until one could arrive to stop this attack.
Have Ionians attacked before? Were they raiders?
That's what I thought at first. But they knew much of our village. I heard one of their captains shout orders to find and kill Perseus.
If they were simply raiders looking for plunder, how would they know his name?
Where are your defenses, your warriors?
We have none. Not after Fedon disbanded the temple guard.
Fedon?
A foreign prince and scholar. He is Medusa's advisor and consort.
Why did he disband the guard?
He said that true followers of Athena should trust in her protection.
The guard, he said, was a sign of a lack of faith.
We must find and save more of your people. We saw other statues on the way here. Where else should we look?
There are still more here in the village, but I beseech you to also explore the swamps. My daughter Iona was keeping a vigil at a small shrine to Athena there.
Our healer, Cassia, is out there as well. She went to gather herbs for the sick. We have a small child racked with fever. Cassia must be found.
Do you know what's happened inside the temple?
No, the gate is shut. The ring of virtues has gone dark. You must find our people and bring them home. Then, perhaps, the gate will open again.
Are Medusa and Perseus inside?
I can only assume so. Medusa lived in the temple. Perseus was with us in the village when the attacks occurred, but he ran inside to get the Spear of Virtue, hoping it would turn the battle.
A squad of Ionians followed him inside. The gate shut soon after that.
Stay safe here. We'll send any others we find back to the village.
You fulfill Athena's will. Return our people and my daughter Iona.
Athena protect you.
Where is Uncle? Where is Uncle? Wait for Uncle, Kiri. Wait by the virtues. Wait by the virtues. Sweep the floor, Kiri. Wait by virtues. Fish for dinner. Fish for dinner.
Demetria, it's all right. Rest now. Please, you must find the healer Cassia. She went to the swamps to find herbs.
What's wrong with the child?
We thought it was just a case of bog ague, but her fever wouldn't break. We had lost all hope when we heard Cassia had come from the temple to see her.
Is that unusual?
Cassia is the High Priestess Medusa's personal healer. She is not obligated to treat any of us in the village. And yet she came, and then went herself into the swamps to fetch herbs.
After Athena intervened, Do you remember being a statue?
Yes, and no. Time passed differently for us. We felt the seasons come and go. We felt the tread of looters and the curious. But you are the first visitor who we ever truly saw. The others will see you too. They will awaken when you are near.
Eleni, what do you think we'll find if we can get inside the temple?
Medusa and her advisor, Fedon, govern the temple. The priests and philosophers there are loyal Fedon men. Athena willing, Perseus is also safe inside. He ran there just before the gates closed to fetch the spear of Athena.
Even if Perseus did make it back before the gates closed, what could one man have done?
Perseus bears the blood of the goddess. In his hands, the spear of Athena is mighty.
You don't care much for this Phaeton.
I know the High Priestess has placed her trust in the man, but he's not from Kithra. He doesn't seem to care about the people. The temple and the village used to be very close. The priests used to bring the golden fleece to the Ring of Virtues and hear petitions from the people. But Medusa stopped that, at Phaedon's word.
What reason could he give to stop the fleece petitions?
He claimed using the fleece to solve our problems showed we didn't trust Athena.
Wait here. We'll find Cassia and bring her back.
That was a weight to test any mortal's patience.
Indeed, Galen. Our thanks to you, young warrior. I am General Eratosthenes, leader of the Silver Order.
Mead! Bring me mead!
This is General Galen, and the fellow in the back is Lieutenant Dionysios.
The only one missing is General Ericos. That old fool.
Who is Ericos?
He's the eldest member of our order, a retired general.
When the Ionians came ashore, our girl Adelpha ran for the swamps. Ericus urged us to take up our arms and protect her, then cursed us all for cowards when we chose to stay here.
What can I say? We are old men. Our fighting days are behind us. He headed after her alone. He always was a proud one.
Oh, my head!
Enough, Dio! Friend, if you're headed for the swamps, keep an eye out for old Ericos.
What is the Silver Order?
A league of retired officers of the Temple Guard. Technically speaking, you witness an illegal gathering. Phaedon outlawed our order some time ago.
Damn foreigner disbanded the guard. Athena willing, he's long dead now.
Mead! I beg you! Mead!
Quiet, you!
You should be safe in the village. Farewell.
Oh, my head. Good man. A drink, I beg you. I think he's had more than enough already.
Dear goat, you would understand.
My horned brother, say you have a horn or two for me. Full, half full, I'll take a sip. The fumes from your breath if you've lately been at cups.
Alas, my friend, I too am parched.
Then there's nothing to it. You must rescue my partner, the Mead Man.
We'll save who can be saved, but not to supply you with drink. Kithra needs sober men now.
Can you not understand my predicament? My head's been ringing for centuries. A child of 5 would understand this. Someone fetch a child of 5. Oh.
Where is the Mead Man?
Good Marinos, trusted partner. He is an artisan in the crafting of mead. You see, I supply the spices, a particular blend, you understand, a hint of nutmeg and clove. Oh, dear. How are we to obtain spices when there's no one here to trade with? No matter. In the eastern swamps, Argonauts makes his mead.
Ericus always had a soft spot for Adelpha. She doted on the old fool. I pray our young warrior here can find them both alive and well.
Is Perseus a member of the Silver Order?
No. I think all of us secretly hoped he'd go back and restore the guard.
I know he had his reasons for leaving. But part of me wonders if the Ionians would have been so brazen if Perseus had stayed.
When did Phaedon disband the Temple Guard?
As soon as Perseus left the temple, without its captain, the guard was weakened.
Phaedon claimed Perseus abandoned his duty, a sign that the guard was no longer trustworthy.
That was only a month or so before the Ionians came.
If we find Adelpha or Ericos, we'll send them back.
Athena willing, you will find my daughter Iona, and we will restore this village.
When the Ionians came, what were you doing? What orders did you give your people?
It was all so sudden. We had no official soldiers anymore, no watch. My mind turned to the virtues. At first, I thought we must show courage and make a stand. But then I remembered humility and wondered if we should instead appeal to the Ionians and offer tribute. Then I said, Menno, you must be wise. And so fleeing into the swamps seemed the best plan. But would that serve justice? As the Ionians swarmed the village, I asked myself if we somehow deserved this fate. That was, of course, until I remembered my discipline and began to pray for Athena's intervention.
You sat debating with yourself while your people were being slaughtered? What kind of leader are you?
Not a very good one, I'm afraid. You see how the ring of virtues remains dark. What virtue I have is not enough to restore it. Blame me, if you will, for what has happened. I have my own atonement to make. But I beg you, find my daughter. She is blameless.
Tell me more about your daughter.
Iona is the purest, most devout girl on all of Kithra. Apart from the high priestess Medusa, of course. There is a small shrine in the eastern swamps. Nobody used it much. Iona felt that it was our duty to restore it. She went there every day to tend to the shrine and pray before it. I've never seen such discipline in one so young. She was there when the Ionians came. I pray she still is.
What can you tell me about Medusa and Perseus?
They had such promise. Medusa was as cunning as she was beautiful. She was truly touched by Athena. Her brother, Perseus, was a champion of righteousness, a hero for every Kithran boy. But things changed after Phaedon arrived. As his influence grew, so did Perseus's distrust. After a time, Perseus left the temple to live here in the village. Without her brother at her side, Medusa gave Phaedon more and more power, and we saw little of her after that.
Where did Strixa go?
Who?
The little girl. She was at the Ring of Virtues when you were restored. One of your people.
I don't know any Strixa, I'm sorry.
We'll find your daughter, Menno. Stay here in the village.
Praise Athena!
Now let us out, Sporus. I beg you.
You had your trial. The village may be saved, but you aren't.
Yes, Pyrrho. We were given what we were due.
It wasn't me! I swear!
What's to happen with these men?
They've been sentenced to die. Such is the law of Kithra. They'd be dead already, but we thought some time in the pillories might loosen their tongues. You see, they won't tell us where they hid the money they stole from the man they murdered.
That's some weight for the axe to drop.
If they're already sentenced to die, what reason could they have to keep the money?
Could you relate the facts of the case, Bailiff?
Both these men, Comius and Pyrrho, served as private guards to Diodorus, a wealthy trader. One night, Diodorus's brother Nico came by to visit and found Comius hovering over Diodorus's dead body. During a search of Comius's house, we found the poison responsible. Then we searched Pyrrho's house and found some of the missing money. Clearly, they were working together.
It isn't true! He was already dead when I got there!
Sure he was, Pyrrho. And whoever murdered him just happened to leave some coin behind for you.
I know the evidence does not favor me, but I did not kill Diodorus.
I'm tired of arguing. Athena has saved us, and murderers have no place in the new Kithra. They die tomorrow.
Stranger, you have to listen to me. I'm innocent. Comius poisoned him, not me.
Tell me your account of the crime.
I got a summons to meet the boss at his vault, so I went. When I got there, the old fool was unconscious and the vault was open wide as Leto's legs.
How do you explain the money they found at your house?
Look, I took some of the money. I've admitted that from the start. But when I got to the vault, it was wide open. Most of the coin was gone, but there was a little left. I figured Diodorus owed me as much for the way he's always treated me like a slave. I took the money. I shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. But I didn't kill him!
The old trader was unconscious, you say. So he wasn't yet dead.
That's the thing! I didn't think he was gonna die!
Who summoned you to meet Diodorus?
That idiot Kyrinos gave me the message. One thing he's good for, at least. Told me the boss wanted to see me at his vault. That's all.
What do you think of Comius?
Always seemed like an honest man. Just goes to show. They found the poison at his place, right? What more do you need? I certainly didn't conspire with him. Now, if only he'd admit to it, I'd be spared.
I have nothing to admit, Pyrrho.
Pah! You see?
If I learn anything more, I'll let you know.
Stranger, this may sound odd, but I'm grateful you've come. I'd rather this all be over with than sit and wait another day.
You claim you're innocent. What's your side of the story?
I'm afraid there's not much to it. That's the problem, really. I got a summons to meet Diodorus at his vault. When I got there, I found him dead. Within a few moments, Nico arrived. I understand why he accused me. It did look suspicious.
If you are innocent, Why did they find poison in your house?
I have no answer for that. I certainly didn't put it there.
Just admit it, Comius! You could at least save me!
I won't lie to save you or myself.
Were you summoned as Pyrrho was?
Yes, Kyrinos delivered the message. People often ask him to do that. He may be slow, but he always gets it right.
What was the message exactly?
Just that the traitor wanted to see me at his vault. That's all.
What of Pyrrho here?
Like Sporus said, we both worked as guards for Diodorus. We were never close, but I wouldn't have thought him a murderer.
Why would you? You did it yourself!
Tell me more about Nico, the traitor's brother.
I didn't know him well. Seemed upstanding.
If I learn anything more, I'll let you know.
Thank you again for saving us, stranger.
You intend to execute these men in the pillories?
I don't look forward to it, but they earned that fate. They killed a good man.
Humility is the basis of all virtue. Humility is the basis of all virtue. Wait by the virtues, Kiri. Uncle bring home fish for dinner. Uncle bring home fish for dinner.
Poor lad's a spear short of a phalanx.
Courage is always a choice.
What are these things he keeps saying?
The tenets of the virtues of Athena. He may be simple, but he knows the virtues well.
Wisdom is the simplification of knowledge. Wait for Uncle. Wait for Uncle.
Where is your uncle?
Uncle Popo, bring home fish for dinner. Humble Kiri must wait. Humble Kiri must wait. Humility is the basis of all virtue. Kiri, humility. Sweep floor, sweep village. Keep clean, keep clean.
What is your name, lad?
Kiri. Kiri short for Kyrinos. Uncle says Kiri. Kiri says Kiri. Kiri short for Kyrinos. Discipline is the order that allows freedom. Kiri, discipline. Wait for Uncle. Wait by virtues. Wait by virtues.
You know your virtues well.
Kiri follows virtues. Athena blessed the small and great. Small and great. Justice is the truth in action. Action. Sweep the floor and wait for Uncle. Athena watches all. Watches all.
Do you know the two guards locked in the pillories? Comius and Pyrrho.
Comius and Pyrrho. Boss wants to see you. Diodorus waiting at his vault. Waiting at his vault.
Right. You gave them that message.
Kiri always tell the truth. Humility starts with honesty. Humility starts with honesty.
Who told you to give them the message? Was it Diodorus himself?
No, not Diodorus. Brother, Nico.
I see. Thank you, Kyrinos. We must find this boy's uncle. He needs his guardian.
He could use a meal, too. If his uncle's supposed to bring home fish, he might be at the docks.
Rest, child. Please, hurry, Jason. Find Cassia in the swamps.
Athena willing, you will find my daughter Iona, and we will restore this village.
Menno, what are your thoughts on those guards in the pillories?
Comius and Pyrrho. Yes, a sad affair.
You believe them guilty?
The facts speak plain enough. Pyrrho was always a bit rough around the edges, but Comius, he was an upright and honest man in my experience. Hard to fathom what brought him to this.
We'll find your daughter, Menno. Stay here in the village. Not harm these men. Watch your men. Come on, men.
Thank you. I am Pathanos, foreman of this mill. These are my men. Sorry. Give me a moment. My knees are still shaking.
You fought bravely, Pathanos.
To tell the truth, I've never been more afraid.
Without fear, there can be no courage. Overcoming fear is what makes one brave. What's your story, Pathanos?
Not much to tell. I run the mill, keep watch over these men.
You've done more than that. We owe our lives to Pathanos. He saved us from Phaedon.
All of us here were sentenced to death in Phaedon's court. Pathanos convinced him to put us to work instead.
I deserve no credit. It was Perseus's idea.
You knew Perseus?
After Phaedon seized the temple, Perseus came and lived among the people in the village. He suggested I recruit convicts to work at the mill, to save them from Phaedon's perverted judgment.
What were you men convicted of?
Oh, we are all brutal criminals. I was caught outside after curfew.
And I was overheard calling Phaedon a meddling outsider.
For such offenses, Phaedon and his judges decreed death.
The village is safe now. You should bring these men back.
I think we should first secure the mill. We're going to need wood to rebuild, and lots of it. We'll be all right here. My thanks again to you.
I don't understand why Athena would do this to her own people. Almost seems cruel.
Perhaps Athena believed everyone was culpable to some degree for the theft of the fleece.
Surely there were innocents. like children.
We'll be fine here. I'll set up some of the men to keep watch.
He must have landed while we were in the swamps. Hurry, to his boat. We'll kill his crew and lay in wait.
I'll save you the wait.
There he is. Kill him.
Praise Athena! They say patience is a fisherman's best friend. But even patience has a limit. I am Polemon. Thank you for saving me.
Do you have a nephew, Polemon? A boy by the name of Kiri.
Kyrinos, is he well?
In a manner of speaking. He's waiting for you in the village, along with the others we've restored.
They must be famished. I can't go back empty-handed. Let me catch some supper.
Don't tarry long, Polemon. There is still danger.
I understand. Now, let's see if the fish are still biting.
I suppose Athena's intervention did save people. These Ionians would have put this whole island to the sword.
I wonder if the gray-eyed goddess felt too close to the people here to serve as an unbiased judge.
Here, there is the law. The law is deaf to the lamentations of the condemned. The law returns mute silence to the outcries of the populace. The law is blind to all station and condition. Here there is the law, and any here must bow to it.
Sounds like a cheery place.
Kithra was renowned for its code of law. Its system was used as the model for many other cities and nations.
Pathanos is a great man.
I hope Phaedon got what was coming to him.
Ah, that's better. Much obliged, sir. I'm Marinos.
I am Jason. You should head back to the village now. It's safe there.
But look at the state of my meadworks. No, I must salvage what I can. Does Dionysilio still live? Be hard to replace his spice trade.
He's alive and well, relatively speaking. He's with the other generals back in the village. He's eager to speak with you.
I bet he is. Well, one skin of mead survived Athena's intervention with me. I'll go pay him a visit.
Listen, stranger. My end draws near. Let me go to Hades, an honest man, if not a good one. I am Nico. The guards are innocent. I used the idiot to summon them. Knew the one would take the bait. Planted the poison with the other. The coin's in my cellar. Diodorus, forgive me.
We've got to let the bailiff know those guards are innocent.
We'll share what we've learned when we return to the village.
Imagine returning home to this. Everyone you knew, everyone you left behind, gone.
Gone, but not dead. I think there is a difference.
magistrate's daughter.
Protect her!
I thank you, stranger. You have saved this shrine.
I was more concerned with your safety.
Our duty is to live by the virtues. What happens to us after that is Athena's charge. The years have not been kind to this shrine. I have much work to do to restore it.
Iona, you have a more pressing obligation. You must go back to the village. The Ring of Virtues has gone dark. I've been asked to bring the people of Kithra home.
The virtues do not shine. We must atone. I will return at once.
Go straight home, Iona. Stop for nothing. From this spot did the first settlers of Kithra gather wood from a lightning-split tree. They used that wood to erect a shrine to the gray-eyed goddess. Over the ages, that shrine of wood has grown into the marbled halls of the Temple of Athena. All great things grow from humble origins.
And some of them keep growing.
Welcome back, Jason.
What can we do for you?
These guards are innocent.
What? No.
Magistrate, go to Nico's house and check his cellar. Hurry. Let us know what you find.
As you say. What have you learned?
These men didn't kill Diodorus. Nico did.
I told you!
Silence! How do you know, stranger?
We found Nico in the swamps, wounded by an Ionian spear. Before he died, he admitted to the crime. He said the guards were innocent. The evidence was planted, and the missing coin was in his cellar.
That bastard! It was him all along!
It's true. Nico's cellar is full of coin. These men are innocent. Release them.
What do you know? But what about Pyrrho?
You heard him! Release me!
You said Diodorus was unconscious when you arrived. You might have saved him if you called for help. Instead, you left him there while you filled your pockets and ran off.
Well, Nico's the murderer, not me!
Jason, what do you say? What should be done with Pyrrho?
New evidence has surfaced. Let Comius go. As for Pyrrho, let him have a new trial now that the truth is known.
Another trial? I didn't kill him! This isn't fair!
It will be as you say, Jason.
Damn you! Damn you all!
You've truly served justice here. Athena chose our savior wisely.
Another trial. I guess I should be used to waiting by now.
Praise Athena for bringing you here, Jason. My daughter has returned.
What can you tell me about Medusa and Perseus?
They had such promise. Medusa was as cunning as she was beautiful. She was truly touched by Athena. Her brother, Perseus, was a champion of righteousness, a hero for every Kithran boy. But things changed after Phaedon arrived. As his influence grew, so did Perseus's distrust. After a time, Perseus left the temple to live here in the village. Without her brother at her side, Medusa gave Phaedon more and more power. And we saw little of her after that.
Tell me more about your daughter.
Iona is the purest, most devout girl on all of Kithra. Apart from the high priestess Medusa, of course. There is a small shrine in the eastern swamps. Nobody used it much. Iona felt that it was our duty to restore it. She went there every day to tend to the shrine and pray before it.
Stay safe here. We'll send any others we find back to the village.
I have heard of what you've already done here. Athena has surely chosen you to bring justice to Kithra. I have tried to lead a disciplined life, but if this can happen, what is the point of discipline?
Tragedies can test the strongest faith.
My father, all of us, we failed. If we were more courageous, perhaps we could have driven off the invaders. If more wise, we could have seen them coming. If more disciplined, we would not have been so easily surprised. Sometimes, it seems the virtues are at cross purposes with each other. How do we choose between them?
There are times when the best course calls for wisdom. At other times, courage is required. You must learn to recognize the situation and act in a way that best serves your current purpose.
You are wise indeed, Jason. Athena chose well. I will think on what you've said. May Athena bless you always.
My friends, great news! Good Marino stopped by. He's already hard at work restoring his meadery.
I see some mead survived with him.
Yes, but only a single skin, alas.
I've had a long time to think about letting Ericos go off on his own. I should have gone with him.
He made his choice. We made ours.
When did Phaedon disband the temple guard?
As soon as Perseus left the temple. Without its captain, The guard was weakened. Phaedon claimed Perseus abandoned his duty, a sign that the guard was no longer trustworthy. That was only a month or so before the Ionians came.
If we find Adelpha or Ericos, we'll send them back.
Wait for Uncle. Wait by virtues. Athena's watching.
Kyrinos, your uncle Polemon is on his way. He says to wait a little longer.
Yes. Kiri, wait. There is wisdom in doing what wisdom says. Kiri, wait for Uncle here. Kiri, wait for Uncle here. Discipline is the order that allows freedom.
Kiri, there's a good boy.
Uncle! Kiri, wait like you said. Kiri, wait like you said.
Good lad. Thank you, all of you. I'll watch over Kiri now.
Here, did proud Arachne hang herself after realizing the folly of her arrogance. The weaver, whose skill was flawless but whose wisdom wasn't, chose to challenge Athena herself. Arachne wove a tapestry disrespectful to the gods. When compared to the noble work of Athena, Arachne could not bear her shame. Athena took pity on Arachne and turned her lifeless form into a spider.
Skill without discipline or wisdom is only potential.
Adelpha, my dear, are you hurt?
No, Ericos. Are there any more?
You're safe for now. I am General Ericos. This is Adelpha, my charge. You are to be commended for your assistance in helping me put down the Ionian threat.
General Ericos, the Silver Order awaits you in the village. Would you escort the young lady safely back?
Of course, young warrior. And if there are any Ionians between here and there, I've got plenty more to give them.
There aren't any Ionians between here and there, are there?
The way is clear. Stay to the path and go straight back.
Come, Adelpha. No one will stand in our way.
You sure it's clear?
It will be once I'm done for Athena!
Thank you. I was hoping you'd find me out here.
You were aware of our presence?
In a sense. In Athena's sanctuary, we could feel the passage of time, but not as you do. Others who have come, we see only as passing shadows. But you are clear to us. As you approached, I could see fully again. I'm glad you came when you did. Not for my own sake, you understand, but for the child's.
Eleni is with the girl now.
Then Demetra is in good hands. But I must hurry back. The girl's fever must be broken soon, or it will kill her.
Cassia, do you know what's happened in the temple?
Not since I left to tend to Demetria. I was serving as the High Priestess Medusa's personal healer. So I have seen firsthand the changes that have occurred in the temple since Phaedon arrived. Changes to our laws, our customs, and to Medusa herself.
What were the changes to the law?
Before, we had a system of laws that were established so that everyone would know them. Phaedon gave more powers to the judges, allowing them to decide cases as they personally saw fit. Of course, Phaedon often sits as judge himself.
How did Phaedon influence your customs?
The temple and the village were once closely joined. The priest would often come to the Ring of Virtues and speak with the people directly. They would even bring the fleece there and use it to heal the suffering. Phaedon stopped all that. Ordinary people are no longer allowed in the temple, and the fleece is not allowed out.
What happened to Medusa?
Medusa was always a bit vain. Athena, forgive me for saying so. It is her great weakness. Phaedon played to that vanity. He feeds her constant flattery. She was once serious and concerned about her station and the people. But more and more, she has ceded her authority to Phaedon, while she spends her days in idle amusement.
Go, Cassia. Return to the village where it's safe.
I will. I just pray I'm not too late to save Demetria.
We'll make a fire, Kiri, and cook these fish. The people will be hungry.
Sweep the floor, Kiri. Fish for dinner. Fish for dinner.
The hero of Kithra returns! Jason of Iolcus, behold the fulcrum of justice. This mace was once used as the ceremonial scepter of the leader of the Silver Order. We hereby present it to you as an honorary member of the Order and a hero of Kithra. 3 cheers! Hail, hail! 3 cheers! Hail, hail! 3 cheers! Hail, hail!
Thank you all. May your order long flourish.
There, child. How does that feel?
Better. It's not as hot anymore.
You've done it, Cassia. Thank you.
Thank the herbs, not me. Or this man and his friends, or yourself for that matter, for pointing them to me. Without you all, I'd still be in the swamps.
Few deeds are done alone. We all played a part.
You both are humble and strong with Athena. I'm afraid I still have much to learn.
Worry not, Eleni. No matter who you are, life will freely provide you many lessons in humility.
Jason, on behalf of Kithra Village, I want to thank you. You have restored not just the ring of virtues, but our people as well.
It was Athena's will that you be saved. Now, our business lies in the temple.
Be careful. Ionians followed Perseus inside before the gates closed, and Phaedon may still be there as well. Go with the grace of Athena, savior of Kithra Village.
There's one thing I don't get. Where did that little girl Strixa come from? And where did she go?
I have a feeling we'll see her again.
Huh?
These panels tell the story of the origins of the Golden Fleece. When this temple was first built, Athena herself inspired the artists. Would you like me to narrate?
Tell us the tale, Pan.
As you wish. When Zeus claimed dominion over land and sky, not all of the vanquished Titans were sent to Tartarus. Those who did not oppose Olympus were spared, including the brothers Prometheus and Epimetheus. These artful brothers were charged by Zeus to create both man and beasts to populate the new Olympian world.
Continue, Pan.
Epimetheus worked first and created the beasts. He gave to each their qualities. The birds were given flight, the bear was made strong, the horse swift, the peacock beautiful.
Think I'll take a nap.
Continue, Pan.
Prometheus then set about creating man, only to discover all the good qualities had been given to the beasts. Man would be a flawed creation. But to make up for this, Prometheus gave him two great gifts: an upright form in the image of the gods, and knowledge of fire, stolen from Olympus. With these gifts, Prometheus knew man would gain superiority over the beasts and the birds and the fish.
What happened next?
Epimetheus was jealous of his brother's craft, not wishing to be judged the lesser by Zeus. And so he made one more beast, taking back all the qualities from the others and giving them to this new creation. When he was done, there stood a magnificent golden ram. Epimetheus boasted that man was inferior to his creation in every way.
Anyone else hungry?
Continue, Pan.
Crafty Prometheus suggested they bring their two creations together to better judge their qualities. Prometheus knew that despite two great gifts, man also had vices, among them jealousy and a hunger for power.
Continue, Pan.
When the two were placed together, the man quickly saw that the ram was beautiful, potent, and completely trusting. Seeing this, the man fashioned a spear, slew the ram, and took its hide, which he then wore as a proud raiment.
The ram's hide is the Golden Fleece.
As old as mankind, a symbol of both his vice and his virtue.
That fleece is something else.
And then?
The Titan brothers were sent to Tartarus, Prometheus for stealing fire, and Epimetheus for creating the ram. The gods of Olympus then argued about what to do with the fleece. Zeus wanted to destroy it, but Hermes believed it should remain in the world to ensure everything done could be undone. Ultimately, a compromise was reached. The fleece would remain in the mortal world, provided it was kept under the care of wise Athena.
The gods work in mysterious ways.
What of this next panel?
And so the fleece was kept here at Athena's temple on Kithra, guarded by her priests. Athena gave a drop of her divine blood to her first high priest as a boon to assist in this sacred duty. And so the bloodline of Athena was established.
There's a lesson for us all in that tale. Well done, Pan.
The pleasure is mine.
Pan, you should have been a poet.
Come, let's go.
These panels tell the story of the creation of the Golden Fleece. Would you like to hear it?
Not now, Pan.
Three more are waiting for you here, but these three do not know they wait.
There is one thing I don't understand, Strixa. Or should I say, Athena. Why make the people of Kithra wait all these years before setting them free?
And what should they have been set free to? A ravaged island? A shuttered temple? Their leaders dead? I have preserved my people, protected them until the arrival of someone who could truly save them. I believe you might be that person. Your resolve on your quest has shown me as much. Will you prove me right?
If this is your will, then I will try. What must be done?
3 more cases you must weigh. 3 more judgments you must cast. The 3 who remain bear the burden of this island's fate. Phaedon, Perseus, and Medusa.
The High Priestess. She is here?
She must be judged last, after the other 2. Only then will you be ready to confront the one in whom I place the greatest trust.
Where do I find Perseus?
In the Hall of Guardians, to the east. Perseus carries my blood, and so has not been preserved like the others, but he is in his own form of stasis. You must learn if he has the strength to bring an end to this.
Where is Phaedon?
Phaedon is in the Hall of Philosophers, to the west. You must uncover the truth. Find out what part he played in Kithra's tragedy.
We will find these 3.
Remember, those outside could not be held responsible for the crimes that have occurred. They were worthy of being saved. Those inside the temple, however, must be judged by you. And be sure they will resist such judgment.
How did you know she was Athena, Jason?
There's something strange about a little girl living alone in the swamp, is there not? Particularly one with gray eyes.
Ah, I should have guessed. So, what now? Phaedon to the west, or Perseus to the east?
We must deal with both before we're done. Come. The Hall of Guardians. Here train the soldiers of the Temple Guard. Here they take their vows of discipline, courage, and humility. One spear can change the course of destiny. Motto of the Temple Guard of Kithra.
It sounds like Perseus truly believed that motto. After all, he ran back here for the spear of virtue.
If we've been told true, then Perseus lies this way.
Athena, I have failed you. I am unworthy of your grace. But let me prove my devotion. If it takes 100 lifetimes, I will prove myself to you. Come no further. I am Perseus, guardian of this temple, and I will know your purpose.
I am Jason, king of Iolcus. My purpose is you or your sister. I need your help to reclaim the Golden Fleece. Perseus, the people of Kithra live again. We've saved those we could.
The people have endured their judgment. I endure mine. Only I can atone for my own failure. You are not here to save me.
What judgment do you endure?
Athena has turned away from me. I can only hope to prove my devotion, so that she one day favors me again. I should have never left the temple after Fedon and his corruption took hold. I should have stopped him. To stand against him, I would have had to oppose my sister, but I couldn't do it. So I left. I abandoned my duty, and now I'm doomed to never leave again.
Where is your sister, Perseus?
She endures her own trial. She failed Athena as well, by succumbing to vanity and allowing Fedon to corrupt her. But she is less at fault than me. I knew what was happening and failed to prevent it.
I need your help, Perseus. Can you leave the temple?
Here is where I failed my goddess. Here is where I must atone.
Don't hide from the world. Atone by bringing Athena's virtues to others.
You don't understand. I will not leave my sister behind. I did that once, and will forever regret it. I will train and pray for eternity if need be, and prove our devotion for the both of us.
If you will not leave, then I must find Medusa.
Do not go near my sister.
I have no quarrel with you, Perseus.
You are mistaken. If you try to see my sister, then we most certainly have a quarrel.
Your sister can't hide forever. She is accountable, just like Fedon, just like you.
That is not for you to decide.
Perhaps Athena fulfills her will through me. Have you thought of that?
Now you spew forth blasphemy! Do not claim Athena's favor here. Fedon once spoke as you did. He too was only here to help. Perhaps you are here to test me, to see if I'll let another outsider prey upon my sister. Not this time.
Enough of this.
The spear! You have Athena's grace. Oh, Athena, what have I done?
You've spent too long thinking about what you have done. The question is, what will you do now? Where is your sister, Perseus?
She lies behind the waterfall. She is changed. I tried to protect her. Perhaps the time for protection is over. The spear of virtue. Only the one who holds this spear is allowed passage through the waterfall. Take it. To the west is the Hall of Philosophers. You will find Fedon there. If you truly serve Athena's will, finish him, and then seek out my sister through the waterfall. Let the judgment be complete.
Thank you, Perseus.
I acted like a foolish boy. I'm sorry, Jason. Take care, Jason. My sister is different now. She will not listen to reason like I did.
The Hall of Philosophers. Let all who speak within do so in the pursuit of wisdom and justice. Let speech come from the heart, and debate come from the head.
I judge a speech by how quickly I find myself asleep.
Another useful piece of advice. Let the learned speak. Let the wise listen.
Hear that?
It sounds like a debate.
My fellow philosophers, the Golden Fleece was an abomination. It had no place in this world. Its theft, criminal though it may be, will serve the greater good in the end. This I promise you, or my name is not Fedon!
You speak falsely. No crime can serve the public good.
Can it not? And shall we take a nameless stranger's word on that?
My name is Jason, and I say your speech is false.
Then we must debate, sir. That is, if you have the credentials to speak before such an august company.
Hear, hear!
Our custom demands that all who speak in this assembly first demonstrate a modicum of knowledge of the subject at hand.
Let there be questions, and let him offer answers.
Certainly you would have no objection to establishing your familiarity with the history of the fleas. For example, a most rudimentary question. Who created the Golden Fleece?
What's the answer, Pan?
The Titan Epimetheus.
The Titan Epimetheus fashioned the golden ram whose hide became the fleece.
Correct!
If you speak by proxy, sir, why not simply remove yourself as intermediary and let me speak to the satyr directly? Otherwise, I think we've heard enough from your horned and hirsute companion. Shall we continue? Here's a question any acolyte would be expected to answer. What two gifts did Prometheus grant unto man?
Prometheus stole sacred fire from Olympus and gave it to man.
And the other gift?
His second gift was the ability to use tools.
If ignorance is bliss, behold a happy man.
Fedon, he cannot test you.
Sacred fire and an upright form in the image of the gods. That, sir, is the correct answer. Dare we even continue? I suppose we've come this far. What's one last question? Tell us, who killed the golden ram?
The Titan Epimetheus.
A comical reply. Preposterous.
Do you pick titans at random? Shall you guess again? How about Atlas or Cronus? Hyperion, perhaps? Know thyself, sir. Truer words were never spoken. The answer, of course, is man. How to continue? My opponent displays such a limited grasp of the material. Then again, a wise man once said, I've never met a man so ignorant I could not learn something from him.
He sure talks a lot.
Fedon, set the bounds of this discussion.
The thesis! The Golden Fleece is an abomination and has no place in the mortal world. The proponent, Fedon, a humble servant of this temple and its high priestess. The opposition, Jason, an itinerant traveler from parts unknown.
Argument the first.
The fleece is an abomination. Was not he who created it the Titan Epimetheus, cast down into Tartarus by Zeus for doing so? Clearly, the Lord of Olympus judged the act of creation to be evil and worthy of damnation. Can we not then infer that the product of that act is also evil and worthy of damnation?
A persuasive argument.
And yet a flawed one. Epimetheus' proud defiance of the command of Zeus was the cause of his undoing. How he defied that command is immaterial. His failing was due to a lack of humility. His pride drove him to create the golden ram in foolish competition with his brother. For that he was cast down by Zeus. Not for what he created, but for why.
Yes, your argument is sound. You have my support, sir.
Pure sophistry. A clumsy argument to snare the feeble-minded. We continue.
Argument the second.
The fleece circumvents the will of the gods and the natural order. The immortal gods look down from mighty Olympus and wish such and such to be. And then Cleophas, the half-wit goatherd, uses the fleece and makes such and such not so.
I don't much like this man.
No mortal should have the power to countermand the divine scheme of life, death, and afterlife. I, for one, believe the will of the gods should be inviolate to the whims and caprices of imperfect minds.
A devout argument indeed.
Devout? I say a cold and cynical one. What of men who honor the gods? What of men inspired by the gods? Does my opponent deny that through man the gods can enact their humility? Perhaps the gods have more confidence in man than does my opponent. Perhaps they trust in the freedom of man's will and in their ability to inspire in us noble choices.
An impassioned argument, and yet it meanders like a ship without a rudder. This point belongs to Fedon.
Ha! Child's play. Continue. That is, if my opponent does not already capitulate.
Argument the third.
Verily, the golden fleece brings out the worst in men. Wars have been waged for its possession. Brother has killed brother to claim its power. Its very presence on Kithra endangers the people of this island. Woe unto he who sleeps upon a bed of gold, for light is his slumber and his trepidation constant. Greece is undoubtedly a more peaceful place without the fleece in it.
Insightful words, truly.
Give it a rest.
Do not fool yourself in thinking that a decrease of temptation ensures an increase of peace. Men will fight. They always do. If not for the fleece, then for power. If not for power, then for land. If not for land, then for gold. It's a flawed world, and we are its flawed inhabitants. It takes conviction to do what's right in such a world. It takes courage. That's how we prove the good in us. Take away the fleece and we are not suddenly made more virtuous. That's an argument made of vapor.
Your words soar upon the lofty wings of wisdom. I cast my lot with you, sir.
Vapor! Huh! Let us move to the closing arguments. Good sirs, I appeal to the most discriminating sagacity of this assemblage. The fleece is an abomination, a singularity, and singularities are dangerous things. It has the power to conquer nations, the power to raise the living from the dead, and yet it has no conscience. It gives its power indiscriminately to any who can claim it, whether by brutish strength or cunning guile. Why do we risk such calamity? And for what? All that good men should reasonably do, they can accomplish without the fleece. We are better off without it, say I.
I am a king, not a scholar. So what wisdom I have is born from governing men, not studying parchment. I am not one for categorical proclamations of surety, particularly when it comes to subjects outside the ken of my experience. What I do know is this: the fleece is a relic of our common past, intimately tied to that which makes us human. The only thing certain in this life is we all are to leave it eventually. The fleece may delay that moment, but it cannot remove it. We men are transient things. The fleece does not change that. As such, how can the fleece be out of place in the mortal world? It was born of this world. We are taught that the Titan Epimetheus made the golden fleece. But why did he make it? To rival the glory of man. Is the fleece a risk in evil hands? Yes, but in good hands, it keeps us humble. For there is nothing we can do that it cannot undo. Used with prudence, the fleece encourages discipline and imparts wisdom, ensures justice, inspires courage. I hope all here would agree that these virtues most certainly have a place in this world.
Brilliant! We hear Athena's wisdom.
Hear, hear!
Well spoken, Jason. Truly, you are a man of many talents.
Someone fetch a laurel crown.
You can't all be persuaded by this chicanery.
Wonderfully said, sir.
Bah! It was too much to think this self-important rabble could comprehend simple truths. You, sir, are the most dangerous kind of agitator. And there's only one way to reason with an agitator.
There is no debate or argument with evil such as this.
Silence, filthy thing! I am the voice of this temple.
Look! His tattoos!
You stole the golden fleece!
What? Not that it matters now. My work here is done. That slut Medusa was easy work. And her brother proved a coward. No! The fleece left Kithra in the Raven's clutch. The Black Tongues have it now.
You fiend!
Where is it? Where is the fleece? You will tell me.
It is where you cannot find it. Where you cannot even search. This sword, it once belonged to a priest of Hades. We had a debate, he and I. We argued over who was the rightful ruler of Tartarus. He claimed Hades, while I know it to be Hecate. Despite my flawless reasoning, he simply refused to acknowledge the truth. It is a fine blade, is it not? When words fail.
You saved us back there. Praise Athena. Your wisdom pierced through Phaedon's lies. How could we have been seduced by Phaedon's sophistry?
We philosophers failed Kithra when she needed our wisdom the most. We must re-examine our entire system of beliefs to see where we fell short.
Thank you, Jason. I'm ashamed to say I once sat in that hall and shouted praise to Phaedon.
It seems Phaedon fooled many people on this island.
Indeed. He had a way of being persuasive, but he had no answer to your argument. It was an honor to hear you speak. Where did you learn to orate in such a manner?
I have heard many petitions in my own court. I learned quickly the importance of fact and reason.
Truly, Athena chose her agent well. Thank you again, Jason.
Only one remains. Of all my people, Medusa is most responsible for the events that occurred. She has had time and opportunity to reflect upon what she's done. But you must decide her final fate. Does she deserve death for the evils she committed?
Phaedon, I must...
must tend to the people. They are my responsibility.
The people are children, low things dragged upright from the mud. They are not blessed with your gifts of wisdom and beauty, gifts that shine in you above all others. Only you are the divine conduit of Athena. Through you, her will is manifest. You must decide for the people.
All others? Really? And what is it I have decided?
Leave that to me. I know your mind, and everything will be done as you would have it done. But let me spare you the tedium and the drudgery of it all.
Very well, Fedon. But what shall I do?
I know. A sculpture. You shall sit for a sculpture so that your beauty may be recorded for all time.
A sculpture? What a wonderful idea!
Is she a victim of another's evil, and one who may yet do good in this world?
Sister, no! The guard has served since the beginning of the temple.
We don't need them. You can stay, of course, brother. Fedon and I will need a personal guard.
What of the people? Who will see to their safety?
The people are children. Give them rules and make an example now and then, and they will fall in line. Discipline is a virtue, is it not? So we will give them discipline.
That man has corrupted your mind.
Take care how you speak to your high priestess, brother. Through me, Athena's will is done.
Either Medusa or her vanity must be destroyed forever. I leave that choice to you. Use the virtues, Jason. They will keep your judgment righteous.
Medusa. It's time to answer for what you've done to Kitra.
Athena sent you here. Old bitch. Jealous of my youthful bloom.
This isn't about your beauty. People are dead because of you. The fleece is lost.
Show you how a goddess deals with impudent mortals.
Remember, use the virtues. Jason, the seals in the sanctuary once guarded the place. We can use the power.
This is my temple.
Give me time, and I can restore them.
You got it.
This will not save me! No! My beauty!
Sister, without virtue, you are not beautiful.
True evil on Kithra was fatal. Killing Medusa will add no satisfaction. Let her live. But where once she ruled, let her now serve, helping the people of Kithra restore this land.
And by that, justice too has been served.
Thank you, Jason.
Medusa, as Jason has decreed, your penance will be to serve the people of Kithra in all that you do. Your first task will be to journey with Jason, help him find the fleece, and prove your new resolve.
I understand. I will do as you say, Goddess.
work of rebuilding this land, he will no longer have need of my spear. You have proven yourself a man of virtue. To you, I bestow the spear of virtue.
I won't need this either, Jason. The armor of the Temple Guard Commander. Perhaps it will be of use to you.
I am honored by these gifts.
The journey ahead remains long and fraught with danger. Only by the virtues will you find what has been lost.
The twins are together again.
And so Athena's will is done.